fifth graders, and welcome to another video test review. Today we are going to be talking about the human body. Now later on in some of the other lessons in this chapter, we are going to be talking about each one of these organ systems into more detail. So this lesson or this video test review is just going to be a brief introduction about each one, about its primary function, and that sort of thing. This is just kind of a brief review also, but you do need to know this for the test, that cells, okay, when you have a whole bunch of cells working together to perform a similar function, you get a tissue. When you have a whole bunch of tissues working together to perform a particular function, then you have an organ, like this heart here. When you have a whole bunch of organs that are working together to perform a similar function, then you have an organ system. So for example, if you have a whole bunch of organs that are all working together to do a complex activity like breaking down food so that it can get inside of this small cell here. We talked about in class how this big old burrito, it has to get broken down physically by your teeth. It has to be broken down physically by your stomach. The pieces of that burrito have to be so small that they can go through the walls of your small intestine. Then they go through the walls of the capillaries that surround the small intestine. That little piece of burrito then gets into your bloodstream, and the red blood takes it all the way to the body's cells. Once the burrito pieces get close to this cell, it actually has to go through the cell wall also. So the complex activity of breaking down that food so that it's small enough to get through the porous walls of this cell is called the digestive system. All of the organs in the digestive organ system are all working together to perform a specific function, namely to break down food. All of the organs all get together and they're like, hey guys, let's all do something together. And all of the organs, the stomach, the esophagus, the small intestine, the large intestine, they all get together and they're like, let's digest food, all right, so that it can be used by the body cells. And they're like, okay, let's do it. All right, so that's all a whole bunch of organs working together to break down food so that it can be absorbed by the body and used by the cells. Some of the other organ systems is the circulatory system. The circulatory system transports blood. That's going to be your veins. That's going to be your capillaries, your heart, the blood, that sort of thing. Then you have the respiratory system. The respiratory system transports gases. We breathe in oxygen. It goes down the trachea. Okay? It goes down the bronchial tubes into the lungs. The oxygen goes through the walls of the alveoli. It goes through the walls of the capillaries in where the blood is at. Then the oxygen gets carried by the blood, just like the burrito did, to the cells where it can be used by the cells. Okay? But the respiratory system, the lungs, the trachea, the alveoli, the bronchial tubes, transports gases. We breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. Okay? Once again, we're going to go into each one of these organ systems in further detail. Each one of these is a lesson on its own, and I'm going to show you how the food gets into the cell. I'm going to show you how the oxygen gets into the cell and how everything kind of circulates around the body. So, circulatory transports, the respiratory system transports, and the excretory system transports waste. And that's going to be your kidneys, that's going to be the nephrons, that's going to be the ureters, that's going to be the urethra, the bladder, that sort of thing. All of these organs are all working together to perform a specific function, namely to transport waste. Okay? Now we have two organ systems that specifically control body's activities. These transport, these two control. We have the endocrine and the nervous. The endocrine system controls the body's activities. Tells you when you're warm, when you're cold, and that sort of thing. Like if you're nervous for a test and you get you have that anxiety in your stomach, that would be kind of the endocrine system working. Okay. The nervous system also controls the body's activities. The nervous system is the nerves that are all over your fingers, all over your skin. When you touch a hot stove, the nerves is the one that sends that signal that this is hot to your brain. Your brain is then like, oh, I need to control this situation, and it tells the fingers, get your hand off that stove before it gets burnt. Okay, so the nervous system is helping you to control your activities. Don't touch that and that sort of thing. The integumentary system and the immune system both protect the body. The integumentary system includes the skin and the hair. Okay? The integumentary system, the skin, protects so that your organs aren't exposed to the air. When we go outside and we run in the morning and dust and grass is being kicked up, if we didn't have any skin, the dirt and the grass and all, when somebody sneezes and you're like, ew, all of that stuff would go right to our organs because they would be exposed. So the integumentary system protects us from the outside world. The immune system, I guess I'd also like to comment the integumentary system. How does our hair protect us? One of the ways is our nostril hairs. When we breathe in, our nostril hairs act as filters, and it stops any bad stuff from us breathing it in. So that's one of the ways the hairs protects us. The immune system protects our body from diseases. Somebody who has a good immune system is not going to get sick very often. So the immune system, once again, fights against disease. That's pretty much it here. You just need to know these organ systems. You need to know the digestive breaks down food. Circulatory is transport. Respiratory is transport. Excretory is transport. The endocrine and nervous both control the body's activities, and the integumentary and the immune system both protect your body. Other than that, I think that is pretty much it for this video test review. Once again, this is just an introductory. We will go into each one of these in further lessons. Hope you've enjoyed this video test review, and I look forward to seeing you guys in class.